Hi, everybody. So today we are going to be talking about blood types, antigens, antibodies, how they are connected, and why it's important to know in the first place. So let's get right into it. There are four main blood types. There's group A, B, AB, which means you have both A and B, and O, which means you have neither A or B. What does all this mean, and what determines what type of blood you have? Good question. So the answer is antigen. An antigen is like a tag. If you go to the mall and you buy a shirt from H&M, there's a tag on the shirt saying it's from H&M. If you go to Old Navy, you buy a shirt, there's a tag saying it's from Old Navy. So the tag tells us where the shirt is from. So too, your antigens tell us what type of blood you have. These antigens are located on the cell membrane of your red blood cells. So if you have an A antigen, that means your blood type is A. If you have a B antigen, that means your blood type is B. If you have both A and B antigen, that means your blood type is AB. If you have neither A or B antigen, that means your blood type is O. Now that we know what and where an antigen is, let's talk about an antibody. Let's go back to our example. If you're in H&M and you find an Old Navy shirt, you're going to call over the manager. The manager is promptly going to take this shirt and throw it out of the store. If you go to Old Navy and you find an H&M shirt there, you're going to go over to the manager, and the manager is promptly going to throw that shirt out of its store because that shirt does not belong. Your body is very similar. If anything foreign comes into your body is going to try to fight it off, throw it out. Your antibodies are like the manager in our example. They are the fighters. They are the ones trying to kick out the bad stuff. So let's define what bad stuff is. Bad stuff is anything foreign, so bacteria, viruses, and even a different blood type. So if you are a type A blood, meaning you have the A antigen, that means you think B blood is bad, and you're going to try to kick it out. The way you kick it out is with your manager, your antibody. So that means you're going to have the B antibody to kick it out. If you are a type B blood and you think type A is bad, that means you're going to have an A antibody to try to kick it out. If you have both the A and B antigen, well, you don't think A or B is bad, so you're not going to have any people kicking it out. You're not going to have any antibodies. Finally, if you are type O, that means you have no antigens, no tags. So that means you think everything is bad. You think A and B are both bad, so you're going to have both the A and B antibody. Now that we know this information, let's talk about why this is so important. The answer is blood transfusion. If a person is in need of blood, they can go to the hospital or the doctor and receive blood from somebody else. But the very important thing is to receive the right type of blood. Because if you receive the wrong type of blood, your body can have a reaction where the bad blood, and your managers, your antibodies, join together and can cause the blood to clump, which can block a blood vessel and can be extremely, extremely, extremely dangerous and fatal. So if you are a type A blood, make sure you receive blood from a type A person. If you are type B, receive type B. Now here's where it gets interesting. If you're a type AB, then that means you don't have any antibodies. So you're not going to kick out any blood. So that means you can receive blood either from A or B because you think A, B are good. And of course you can receive blood from O because they don't even have any antigens. So that's why we call AB the universal recipient, because it can receive blood from any person, either from A, B, or O. So we did A, we did B, we did AB. Let's talk about O. O is also very interesting. O thinks everything is bad. They think A and B are bad, and of course AB. So they're not going to receive blood from A, B, or AB. They can only receive blood from their same group. So O can only receive O type. However, because they don't have any antigens on their surface, they can give blood to A, B, or AB. Because it's not going to cause a reaction, because the antibodies aren't going to bind because there's nothing to bind to. That's why O is called the universal donor. I hope. With that said, we just explained what blood type, antigens, antibodies are, how they are connected, and why it's important to know. If you have any questions, please let me know.